You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, I got to tell you, I saw this and was like, I got to do a video on this. This is one of the wilder things I've read in a while. But it does show you that Bill Parcells, Belichick, that entire coaching faction, they are extremely loyal to each other. Because Sean Payton almost did the most wild thing you can possibly think of, and that's literally step down from head coach so Bill Belichick could coach the Denver Broncos. And I read this and was like, wow. Now, I don't know how Bill's going to do with North Carolina. His recruiting classes have been pretty good, but he's got to win games this year at North Carolina. I thought he was going to win games last year. Clearly, I was wrong. But he also, in my opinion, made a very poor choice in quarterback with Gio Lopez. Hopefully, whoever plays quarterback for that team can do a better job. They came very close. You know, I think they only won 4 games, but they came really close to winning like 7. So I don't know. And they played a lot better really the second half of the season at North Carolina. So we'll have to see how it goes. Look, if he wins 7 or 8 games at North Carolina, they're going to probably consider that a success. You know, but can he win that many? I don't know. And does he ever make it back to the NFL? I don't know. You know, for all the Pablo Torres doing these stories on Jordon Hudson and all that, all these media members out there, nobody can answer the one damn question I want answered. Did Atlanta back out on the deal for Bill Belichick to be head coach because of his girlfriend, Jordon Hudson, being around and or involved with the dealings with Bill Belichick? I want to know that because, again, I covered that entire thing with him being without a job, him getting hired. I got up on a Saturday morning. Bill Belichick was supposed to be hired by the Falcons. It was like a done deal. Arthur Blank had him out on the boat, whatever. They had decided to hire him. And then I got up on a Saturday morning, and all of a sudden they were doing an interview with Jim Harbaugh. And it was like, wait, what happened here? So I would love to know what caused that backtrack. A lot of people believe it was Terry Fontenot. As Mike Lombardi would say, Super Bowl winning general manager, Terry Fontenot. No, he's not. I'd trade all the whole bunch for Bill Belichick. I don't know if he ever gets back in the league. My gut feeling is probably not. Which is amazing because there's some head coaches out there. I'm like, really? You'd rather have that guy than Bill Belichick? Okay. A new article from Seth Wickersham of ESPN takes a look at Broncos coach Sean Payton's hectic week before the AFC Championship. While taking a look at it, one thing stood out. After the Patriots fired Bill Belichick following the 2023 season, Sean Payton, quote, considered suggesting to owner Greg Penner that Payton would step back to the position of assistant head coach, running the offense. So in other words, he'd be the assistant head coach / offensive coordinator. Bill Belichick would take the job. The Denver Broncos job. Would take the Broncos job until he won 15 games, breaking Don Shula's all-time record of 347. Belichick has 333 total wins, 14 behind Shula. Wickersham explains, quote, in the end, it was too complicated and maybe too fanciful. I don't know what that means. It was, as we understand it, Sean Payton simply thinking out loud. It would have been practically impossible, but he at least formulated the thought out of his respect for Belichick. Ultimately, it may be the only way Belichick could catch Shula. With only one NFL interview in 3 hiring cycles, Belichick's NFL door seems to be closed. All it's going to take is one wild-ass owner to go Belichick, to make the move. The problem here, obviously, that I don't think gets talked about enough in all this is Belichick's age. I think that's a factor. I think if Belichick was 10 years younger than he is right now, he'd be a coach in the NFL right now. I don't think the Patriots collapse at the end and all that would have anything to do with it. Now, don't get me wrong, he made some horrible decisions. At the end of his tenure, the way he did Mac Jones was ridiculous. The way he decided to get rid of, let Jacoby Myers go and not build talent and an offensive line around a quarterback who, by the way, we just saw with the 49ers can still start and win games in the league. That his inability to evaluate wide receivers, wild. It's kind of strange. It's a weird blind spot for Belichick. It really is. But I don't know if he can get back in the league. I really don't. Now, let's say this year or next year, he randomly wins 10 games and sneaks into the college football playoff. Could an NFL team come calling then? Maybe. But it just seems like winning 10 games it feels so unattainable at North Carolina right now. Maybe he can. If they expand the playoff to 16, okay, you got a better shot now. If somehow you win 9 games, can you sneak into the back of the CFP and then an NFL team? Because we know, regardless of what the coaching situation is in the NFL right now, I can tell you right now, there's multiple places where the coaches better do something. Todd Bowles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is that place. They got rid of all their coaches except for Bowles. Well, Jason Light and Bill Belichick's got a relationship. And the other one, and I can't believe I'm going to say this because of the whole thing, the Jets. I don't think Aaron Glenn is going to make it there. I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes. Now, I have, by the way, my prediction. I want to remind everybody of this because, I normally say this in videos related to the Steelers and Mike Tomlin or whatever. I think Mike Tomlin is the future coach of the Buccaneers. That's just my guess. If he doesn't go into television and is like, wow, I love this, I'm staying. But if he decides I'm setting out for 1 year and coming back, if that Buccaneers job is open, I think that's where Mike Tomlin ends up. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.